Matty, this must be a first for full boost, an E28 BMW?
Yes.
I reckon. Now, number one question I've got is, nothing against BMWs, but what made you go for this car? You don't see too many of them on the road anymore.
No, you don't. To cut a long story short, I was living in New Zealand and the missus' dad was always into BMWs, still is, or his European stuff. And when it was over there, we came back over here after about 2 years. I was looking for a project, something different. So no Fords, no Commodores, nothing like that. And I stumbled across this on Gumtree for 800 bucks. Guy was going to put it in a shitbox rally and then realised it was too good. So he went, oh, you know, I'll sell it off. So I went down, had a look, bought it, and
fair to say
there it is now.
Fair to say you couldn't buy it for $800 now.
Nah. So I had a little bit of rust, but not too much. Yeah, to buy one now, even with a bit of rust in it, would be...
So this is a mid-80s model, yeah?
84 or 5, I think this one is,
So what engine came in this factory?
There was a bunch of them, but this one had a 2-litre.
Yeah.
So 6-cylinder 2-litre, M20, B20. I think it has like 80 kilowatts of power or something.
Is that the same engine that was in the E30?
I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure. Might be a little bit different.
Yeah. And this is out of an E36?
E36, so this was originally 2.5 litre.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done a bit of work to that now, so.
Yeah. So you were saying the 2.5s are a cast iron block?
The 2.5s came in both, so they come, the M52 came in an alloy, and the 325s that were here came in the cast block. So better for boost.
So what have you done internally to this one?
Internally, this has got a 3-litre crank. So it was a 2.5, now it's got the 3-litre crank. It's got eagle rods, a set of Wiseco's. What else have we got? The cut ring head gasket. The intake cam is an M54 cam, so that's out of the 3-litre, which gives you a little bit more lift. The exhaust cam's stock, they're just agreed a little bit differently. Different oil pump and a couple of little bits and pieces, so pretty standard build for one of these things.
I always find it strange, how do you fit the plumbing in a BMW engine, because the engine just leans the wrong way for a turbo, doesn't it?
It's hard for everything, man. Like all that was all custom. The exhaust is custom, the manifold's custom, the cooler piping. You know, even to drop the thing in, you got to lift the engine up and tilt it sideways to try and slide it in. So
is that a 3-inch you've got in there?
Yeah, 3-inch stainless. So it's stainless all the way back.
It's a whole set. What size is that?
That's a HX35, and that came off a Cummins diesel.
Oh, so that's just a journal bearing.
Yeah, journal bearing. So I put a kit through it after the last time was dynoed. Yeah, just a dirty old whole set off a Cummins. So nothing too special.
And you got some link. I saw you had a link.
Yeah, I got the G4 Plus.
Yep.
It was easiest just to do the Link G4 Plus plug-in because...
Oh, it's a plug-in?
Plug-in, yeah. You bang it straight in and off you go. It comes with a bass tune in there.
It's a plug-in for this engine?
Yeah, for this engine, specifically.
So you're still running... I don't know anything about BMWs, but was this engine EFI, the original engine EFI?
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Just an older type version, like with a like a flap type airflow meter, everything like that. So, but so it stayed EFI.
Have you got an E36 style gearbox in it, or?
It's out of a 328, so that's a ZF gearbox, ZF 5-speed. So the pass motor, when it was a turbocharged, had a Get Rag 240 in it.
Oh, yeah.
220, sorry. And it wasn't going to last behind this at all. No.
I was under the impression the BMW drivelines were pretty stout.
They are. The Get Rags aren't, like, they're fine for a standard engine, but to put, 400 horsepower, 450 or whatever behind these things on a Get Rag, they ain't going to last long. So they're strict gears. This has got a 535 rear end in it, so it's got bigger drive shafts or half shafts. And the control arms are a bit thicker as well, and they've got like a cross brace that goes across them.
So what sort of final drive would that be?
It's a 373.
Yeah, okay.
Look at this. And then G&J's made up the drive shaft for it, because they're different flange sizes front to rear.
George was saying earlier, this 5-speed's actually, 5th gear is 1-to-1.
1-to-1, yeah.
So it doesn't have an overdrive.
No, so normally 4th's 1-to-1, but this one's, So these gearboxes...
That's like a 6-speed, really, because most 6-speeds are...
Yeah, is the 1-to-1.
The 5th gear is your 1-to-1. Which in a way, it drives a lot nicer, because you go back to a 4-speed with a 5-speed overdrive, there's such a big gap between the gears.
The super guys steal these gearboxes now.
Yeah.
Because I think they must be the same sort of gearbox, ZF 5-speed. But yeah, they steal these now. That's why these are getting expensive.
Now, we just ran it up a couple of runs on the dyno. This is a brand new engine, yeah? You guys are just running it in?
Brand new, yeah. Brand new.
George from Pro Flow, normally we're used to having to listen to barras on the dyno. This sounds a lot nicer. Now, you just made you're making about 390 odd horsepower at the wheels, and that's on gate pressure?
Gate pressure, yeah, on 98.
98, beautiful. Now, I'd have to imagine 400 horsepower on the wheels in this is, to me, I think it's enough, yeah? It's just a nice cruiser car.
The last engine, we sort of ran the gauntlet with it. It was a stock engine. We whacked a turbo on it, whacked all the kit and everything on. And then it lasted half a day on the dyno. And blew number 1 and blew number 6. So George said to me, look, we'll pull it apart, see what's going on. And it all looked fine, but I thought, look, if we're going to do it again, we'll aim for something a bit higher, a bit safer, and just put everything in it. And then I can drive and enjoy it and not have to worry about destroying anything. So we're going to let you guys finish the tuning, and then we might just take it for a little drive. See how she sounds, because it looks, you've obviously done the interior as well, the paint. You've redone. It's a very nice build. Little bits to finish off. So it's an E34 interior that we've grafted into it. Little bits and pieces to finish off, and
probably my favourite looking car. I reckon I love the E34, the M5. Was a cool looking thing.
They also look the same from that era with the shark nose front, they call it. So.
Oh, you got airbags as well?
Yeah.
Just in the back?
Nah, all 4.
Oh, all 4. All 4. I thought she was riding had a pretty nice stance.
Flipping back on.
Looks pretty cool. How high can it go? Oh,
out there.
Pretty good.
Said I haven't driven it in 2 years, so I don't even know what this drives like.
So this is almost like your maiden voyage.
Maiden voyage. Yeah, maiden voyage with the turbo kit. So.
It's got a nice little turbo
slider,
hasn't it?
I actually asked George if he wanted to put a blow fab on it, and he just looked at me in disgust. I said, nah, not a chance. It's amazing how much the just making it a 3-litre changes the exhaust note as well. It's a lot deeper.
What sort of power would these put out then, 3-litre? 200 horsepower?
Probably close to that, yeah. They're pretty revvy too. I had one when I lived in New Zealand. And they'll rev to 7 grand all day.
Will you turn this that hard?
60, I think we've got it set at 6,800.
But seeing it on the dyno there, it's making pretty good power early. 3-litre engine in a little car like this.
Plus that, obviously that turbo as well. It's not the greatest turbo, so I thought actually it'd come on a bit later, so I was expecting sort of 3,800, but
Thanks for that.
No worries, mate.
Very nice car.
We made it back, so that's good.